Yo, welcome back. Episode 29.
29.
Is there anything special about 29 as a number? I don't think so, eh?
Nah. I think 29's like the last year of your 20s and then you realise it's all fucking downhill from there, you know?
Yeah.
Enjoy it while you can while you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
Because once 30 comes around, it's all fucking downhill. It's when you start waking up with knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain. You realise your life sucks.
What a lovely, positive way to start this podcast.
Enjoy your 20s, folks.
Yeah, for those that are in that or going to get to that point.
I reckon past 21. When you hit 21, that's when your body and your life secretly starts falling apart.
Yeah, I think it's because you also start to realize around that period of time in life, like, you get responsibilities and shit. You know what I mean? Like, most people are in their 20s will either have moved out of home already or are about to at some point or take on something that they haven't really done before, especially if they've been studying or whatever.
That's what I mean. Like, after 21, like, it's when you sort of move out of home and you start, like you said, taking on responsibilities, and then you start realizing, man, life fucking sucks. Like,
for sure.
For us brokies. You know?
One Powerball.
Yeah, we can dream. Man can dream.
For sure, man. How did you feel about turning 30?
It's just another day, man.
Did you have any sort of like reflective thoughts around like, fuck, I'm 30 and I haven't achieved X, Y, Z, or were you happy with where you're at?
Nah, I was just like, oh yeah, 30, because I think I knew. Did I know Shauna was pregnant? I don't even know. I think I knew we knew Shauna was pregnant. I can't remember. So like I was just, for me it was just another day. Like it was actually like the first time I had the whole family over my house. Like I had my aunties and uncles and
oh nice.
Not fucking all of them, otherwise there'd be 150 people at my house. So I just had like immediate family.
Yep. Yeah,
it was just like the first time everyone was over. Yeah, no, that was the time when we told everyone that, Shauna was pregnant.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we just had everyone around for a barbie, and I was like, yeah, this is sweet. And I was just like, nice. Just going through the motions. So, yeah, no, 30 wasn't really anything crazy for me.
No, fair enough, man.
Just like another fucking day, man.
Yeah.
Was it? What about for you?
For me, I think I got to a point where like it was leading up to me turning 30 and I was sort of looking at it like, fuck, what have I achieved?
Yeah.
And then you immediately sort of go into the, what has everyone else achieved? Or like, that's what I used to be like.
It's always when you compare yourself to other people. Like, correct. It's the worst. Like you do it all the time and you're like, that guy's bigger than me, or that guy's got more money, he's got a nicer car.
That guy's cars, man. Fuck.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's hard
always
because there's always someone that's better than you, bigger than you, got more money than you, better looking than you, smarter than you. Like, it's so hard not to compare, but you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
But you do it.
You do.
You can't help yourself.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the journey of life in a lot of ways. Well, for me personally at the moment too, is just understanding that
you're good enough, Trevor.
Exactly.
You are good enough. You're the man. Woo!
Now, I was watching a good YouTube video just before. I'll send it to you
certified,
after. Yeah, I think
you know I'm not gonna watch it, brother.
That's fine. Maybe one day.
Send it. I ain't gonna watch it. Oh.
Unless it was like fucking XXX.
Yeah. Xvideos.com. Brother, son me up. Nah, unless it's like a 30-second reel.
Oh, mate.
I might watch it.
But it was just good because it was sort of, it was just going through like, it's really easy to compare, but no one has ever been through the exact same circumstances or scenarios as you have. So
no.
It's hard to say like, oh, that person's doing better than me, but they didn't have the mental like starting point that you did in a lot of ways. Like they weren't raised by your parents. They weren't in your situation. So how can you say that they're doing better than you if they weren't like for like?
Yeah.
In that. So
you'll never get anyone that's like for like, really. Never.
100%.
Ever.
That's the beauty of being human, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, at the same, like, I think me and Sammy were saying the other day, like, you'll never know what's going on in my head and I'll never know what's going on in your head. So we just got to try and be more empathetic.
Yes.
You know
that's the thing, right?
Empathy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's something I've picked up a lot later in life. I don't think, initially when I was young, I just didn't give a fuck about anyone else,
I think no one.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really fucking got empathy when they were young, bro.
Yeah, like, I think let's just say maybe your parents or like people that you were close to maybe had some like inkling of what it is like, and they have that like unconditional love for you. So with that comes empathy a lot of times. But yeah, I hear what you mean.
I think it's just something that you grow up with. Like you're saying, like in time you become more empathetic towards other people. Whereas when you're a kid, like I say, you just don't give a fuck. And then your parents try and teach you empathy, but you don't listen because you need to go through that path yourself. And then when you get older, you start realizing like, hey, shit, treat other people the way you want to be treated. Oh, fuck, not everyone's going through a good time. Or like, shit, this person's like, he's lashing out at me. Hold up, let's not react in a certain way. Let's go, maybe he's having a bad day. He's not normally like this.
Yeah,
you know?
It's asking that why to kind of not taking everything at face value, but kind of going a little bit deeper and be like, why would someone react the way they have?
Brother, you're all right.
Yeah.
You're all right before I knock you out, you dog. Nah. Nah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think that's just like life experiences and you just learn that shit as you get older. Like, because when you're 18 and someone starts going off at you, you're not just going to sit back and go, oh, maybe this guy is having a rough day. You're going to be like, why the fuck are you shaping up to me, brother? Like, why are you going off at me?
I'm pretty sure that is why fucking most fights in nightclubs and shit happen, bro. Yeah. Like metros and shit, man.
Metro. Like, yeah, pretty much. So, like, I think, it's just normal to not have any empathy when you're young.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I've barely got any right now, so.
Everyone's got, like, let's just say, it's hard to be empathetic when your own cup is fucking empty, bro. Like, that's something I've learned as well. Like,
or when you're just driving. Cut me off. I'll fucking ram you with this car. What are you doing? You're doing fucking 100 in the right lane?
Yeah.
110 or nothing. Get out.
They need to make that a bumper sticker or something, eh?
They just need to make it legal to, like, nudge other people's cars.
Gentle love tap.
Just a love tap. Just a quick little warning, like, dunk. I'm here, bro. You're in the way. That'd be so good. Without like causing
chaos.
Yeah, or causing
Perth can't
death.
Even Australian drivers can't even fucking merge properly. You want to introduce this?
I know. But how good would it be, bro? You're just driving down the freeway and some cunts in the right lane doing 90 and someone's in the left lane doing 95 and you're just like and then you got a nudge bar or a bull bar, and you just give them a little fucking dunk, just like like I can go a lot harder, yeah, and they'd be like, oh shit, then they'd move, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Surely, bro, we need it. We need it. Or just
start a petition,
or just like I wish I wish you could communicate sometimes with like other people's cars.
Just think about how that has worked in the internet, and you want to introduce that to the roads.
How good would it be, bro, if every car just had like a UHF and you could just like dial it into the car in front and just be like,
listen to you, cunt.
The fuck out of the way before I run you off the road. It's 100. What are you doing? Yeah, I've got road rage. I just hate slow people, man. Oh. If you're in the right lane or left lane, depending on where you are in the world, and you're doing the speed limit and you're in the fast lane and someone's up your ass, get out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like,
have enough awareness to check your fucking mirrors, I think.
You're meant to check them every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And not just be like, oh, someone's up my ass, fuck them, I'm doing the speed limit. It's like, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, you seen that meme where it's like, a car's in the right lane and there's one person that's like, they're the problem.
Mm.
And then the next photo is that same car in the right lane and then a bunch of cars behind him.
Yeah.
Then it says, you're the problem. No. That car at the front is the problem no matter what. No matter how many people are behind you, you're the problem. You're going for being in the right lane.
Oh, mate. Did you ever play Gran Turismo?
Nah. I never played any like
PlayStation games or anything like that?
Nah, any car racing games apart from Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2.
Okay.
I didn't play anything else.
Fair enough.
Apart from Daytona when we used to go to Time Zone.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
like, that's about it. Or when I was smoking heaps of bongs. Straight to Time Zone playing Daytona.
Nice. The one thing like old Gran Turismo is notorious for is like the driver's license test to get your race license was like actually hard.
Yeah.
Like you would actually have to put effort in to get like certain race class licenses. And I was just thinking, imagine if they introduced that system to the fucking roads where like you'd have like a driver fucking rating and you'd be like, all right, this person's been in fucking 20 accidents.
Yeah.
You just know to avoid them, you know?
Like a social credit score, but a driving credit score.
They have like this fucking panel in the back window. It's just like, oh, this driver is A+ rated. You can trust them.
A++. Yeah. Or it's like red or like DNF.
Mate, if it's fucking red, they should not be able to get in the car. Like, it just won't let them in.
Yeah. Like, when we got our licenses, it was so good because I think you had to log like 10 or 15 hours.
Yeah, 25 for me. I got mine a bit later than you.
Did you?
Yeah, I got mine 1920. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right, so yeah, it was pretty simple. Like you sort of learnt how to drive off your mum and dad. And if you were pretty retarded, you'd get an instructor. So,
just a slight jab to someone's kidney. Just if you had an instructor, you needed help.
I had an instructor. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Most of the time, I learned off my parents, but I did have an instructor for like a few whatever lessons it was, probably like 25. And then you went for your L's, which was a pretty simple theory. Like, if I could pass it, fuck me, anyone could.
Yeah.
And then you do your test, and you just got to do the basic shit, right? And then that's it, really. Whereas I feel like if they did make it a little bit more strict, and they like you weren't allowed to learn off your parents because you pick up their bad habits.
Yeah, that's a really good
Like
point.
You pick up their driving habits and their anxiety when they drive, and you pick up their little bits of road rage, and you're just like, oh, don't worry about this, just do it like this, you know? Like if you had to learn from an instructor. You had to do. I don't really care so much about the hours. I think I think there just has to be a better way of teaching, and then you will get people who are not as distracted on the road. Like when you're driving, you should be fucking concentrating.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm a saint because you know, like I sometimes use my phone and blah blah blah, distracted. But I mean, I like to think I'm a pretty good driver, and I concentrate. I'm not fucking, you know,
off with the fucking fairies.
Yeah. Like I'm not sitting there at a fucking green light just staring at my phone. But
yeah, you get people like that too.
Yeah, I just feel like people just need to fucking concentrate a bit more.
It's like you sort of realize this effect a lot. Like, say if you're on a country road or any freeway and you're doing like say 100 or whatever, you look down for like the briefest moment out, even your AC controls or stuff like that for touchscreen cars or whatever, and like you're fiddling with shit, and you look back up, the amount of distance you've actually traveled in that split second.
Very far, bro.
Exactly.
It's a lot further than what you think.
And then imagine if, say, for example, fucking animal sprints out, kangaroo, whatever, kid, like your reaction time is going to be what it is. Sometimes it'll be good, sometimes it'll be bad. But if you're not even looking at the place that you need to be at the start, like, you're just at a disadvantage already.
Yeah. I don't see why a kid would be
I don't know,
jumping out of the middle of the road when you're doing 100 on the freeway, but but yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, especially country roads, bro. Like, the freeway's 100, and it's 3 lanes, 2 or 3 lanes with no lights, and it's a fucking straight road, and it's 100 k's. Then you go into the hills. It's 100 k's on this windy, dangerous ass road with potholes and fucking railings and trees that are right next to you.
Yeah,
and you're like, why is the freeway 100? It should be 110, 120. Like, easy. There's so much technology in these cars these days. Like, you think they designed these roads they designed these speed limits back when cars had fucking front drum brakes.
Yeah.
And no ABS and nothing. What? Keep up with the times. And now they're trying to slow us down. You know, like you look at the freeway now, it's like 80 half the way. And you're like, bro, I could be doing 140. Like, come on.
Yeah. It's like
people, bro. It
is.
Fucking people.
That's the thing, I think.
I get so angry. I just want to drive fast. I'm Ricky Bobby. I like to go fast. If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you.
Oh, man.
I love that movie.
It is a good movie. I think, to your point, though, it is generally people that are the problem. And, like, a lot of the stuff that's in modern cars these days just makes up for people's lack of general...
retardation.
Just being able to generally handle a car. Like, oh, you can't stay in your lane? Have lane keep assist.
Oh, man.
You can't hold your fucking foot to a certain angle? Here's cruise control.
Here's adaptive cruise control. I tell you what, having lane assist, adaptive cruise control, and all those fruits in the Ranger, you get lazy, boy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I
know.
You just adaptive cruise control, lane assist, and you just sort of sit there and you just like float through life. Like, as much as technology is good, it's also making people fucking lazy.
It can enable some bad habits. And like, don't get me wrong, it has its place. Like, I've driven from Melbourne to Sydney. That was a 10-hour drive. And lane keep and active radar cruise were like a godsend. And that's in a performance car, man. Like, I was like, oh, I don't really think I need this. But then you use it and you're just like, fuck.
This is the best.
Yeah.
It's so good.
100%, man. Especially
Long
after a track
drives.
day as well. You're just like, the last thing you want to be doing is like having to concentrate extra when you've just mentally drained yourself.
Yeah.
So I get that it has its place and safety tech does have its place and whatnot. But yeah, like you said, it enables bad habits sometimes.
Laziness.
And laziness. And that's where we need
I do
to be
love it
aware
in the
of
Ranger, but I find myself never really using it because it irritates the shit out of me too much.
Mm.
I'm like, if I'm in the right lane and I've got it set to, let's say, 110 and the person's doing 100 in front of me, it keeps me too far away for the person in front to know, hey, get out of my way. So I end up turning it off and just going up their ass anyway. So
the little
like,
love tap.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah. So,
yeah.
But whatever. Fucking.
It is what it is. But I agree that like driving is one of those things where you get better at it with experience. And to get better at it, you also need to go into certain situations where they're out of the norm. So say, for example, hill starts is a really good one. Like, you probably don't do that often. Many people don't, especially in a manual car if they don't live in the hills.
Yeah.
And then the one time that you encounter that situation, if you have no clue what the fuck to do, it is very daunting.
Yeah. Especially, but the problem is everyone's got fucking autos.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You just put your foot on the brake and accelerate with on the accelerator, and then that's it.
You go, yeah.
You don't have to worry about shit. It's like manuals are dead set a dying breed.
They are.
That's scary, man. And it's funny because driving to and from work, man, fuck, I love having the auto. Just cruising, I don't have to change gears.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're a dying breed, man. And
They are.
Fucking sad because when I was growing up, like, 17, 18, going through my L's, every car was a manual. So it really hasn't taken long.
No.
Like for the switch.
For sure. Yeah, the only time I ever really considered getting an auto is for your daily drive. Like when I was in Melbourne, I still had my 86 at the time and I was driving into the city for work every day. And there was a particular road in Footscray that like was always packed. And like I just remember one day my foot was fucking dead, like clutching in and out too much and whatnot. I was just like, is it really fucking worth it? Probably fucking not.
Yeah. I mean, you can make autos fun, like the whole paddle shift, and you can sort of manualize them. So there is ways around it, and yeah, they are faster. But
each thing has its time and place, I think.
Yeah, does it take a bit of the passion out? Yeah, sure. But I mean, if you're chasing time around a track or drags or whatever, you actually want to smash people in the street. Not fight, but, like win races. Okay.
Glad you have to clarify that.
Just had to clarify. There's different kinds of smashing. We can talk about fighting. We can talk about fucking. Then, like autos are sort of the way to go. But
it takes out human error as well.
Yeah, but there's nothing sicker than like when you've got a H pattern and you just fucking banging gears, and everything's just slotting in so nice, and you just
yeah,
I
like the I was talking to one of the guys at work who's pretty into his cars as well, and he was saying like there is nothing like the feeling of doing a perfect heel toe downshift, and like you just rev match perfectly,
and
it's just the engine, that sound, just
everything's just
it just works, and you're just like, it took me so fucking long to get to that point, but if you can hit it consistently, it's just like fuck yeah. It's nice.
Something about it, eh? Just when you just get that clutch in and you just get that perfect. Because with Evos, if you're too aggressive with the shift, they've got a hell bad diff bounce, and it's just dong dong dong, like the rear diff just dong smash the chassis. I had it a few Evos coming to work, and people were like, I'm gonna take a drive. I'm like, yeah, I go, and they're like, man, what the fuck's with that donk? I'm like, bro, you're driving it too hard. Like, yeah, you want to because it's an Evo, but you still got to be
gentle.
You still got to be gentle, man. You still got to treat her right,
You can't just fucking stick it in raw,
100%. You got to take them out to dinner a little bit, You get them sweet spots. So, like, I was the same when I first got the Evo. I remember driving it, and my dad was like, bro, you need to learn how to drive this car. And I was like, I just fucking bought it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was the same, like first, second, third, fourth. It's like, dunk, dunk, dunk. I'm like, is this right? Because the Silvias never did that. It's just certain cars,
behave differently. Yeah,
behave differently, and you need to treat them right. You can't just be banging gears. You'd be doing it, with lubrication. A little bit of lubrication.
Take a bit of time,
warm them up. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, all the second and third gear synchro is fucked on the Evo.
Oh no,
too many launches and just too much driving hard, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they expensive to fix?
Anything to do with gearboxes and ripping them apart and
it's
shit is
pain in the
expensive.
Yeah.
I got to buy a 5-speed anyway.
Stronger?
Yeah. They can handle a lot more HPs.
Very nice.
Ponies.
And then, does it really impact like you don't really daily drive it anyway, so like having...
Daily drive, I'm driving it in how long, brother?
True. So, yeah.
Nah, I think because obviously the 6-speed's more designed for cruising. So like you put it in 6 and drops the revs down a bit, and the 5-speed will obviously be a little bit higher in the revs, but I don't know. To be honest, I haven't driven a 5-speed. I've only driven the 6. So.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. When I had my Evo 6, I was deep into forum research, and there was a couple of companies in America that specialized in that sort of thing. There's 5-speed as well because it was just stronger. So they ended up building that out.
Yeah, you can get like the RS box, or you can just get like an 8 or 7 5-speed. So that's the plan, is find one of them secondhand. They're like $5,500.
Yeah,
for a gearbox, which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a
$5,000 for a secondhand gearbox. You can go buy a T56 for like $1,200, or an RB25 gearbox for $1,200 and shit. Man, I remember my first Silvia, I bought a gearbox for $100.
That's insane, eh?
For a 5-speed. Yeah, all right, it was just an SR20 gearbox, but $100, and now people want $700-$800. I'm like, these gearboxes are the worst gearboxes.
Yeah.
Oh man, who would have thought? These fucking shit boxes.
Hey, it's pretty hard to predict how things will go, right?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Oh well.
Would you do anything else when you have the gearbox out, or diffs or anything like that?
I'd like to.
It goes down a rabbit hole, right?
I'm probably not going to do it. I'm probably just going to put the gearbox in.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nah, there's no... Like, if I wanted it to be like a full track dedicated car, then I'd go a two-way diff in the front and then do an RS gearbox, RS diff in the rear because they've got stronger axles and shit.
Oh, yeah, nice.
But, man, just to cruise around and fucking destroy Commodores and fucking XR6 turbos.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll need a two-way in the front, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
The Evos are pretty good anyway because it's got the fucking, like, the oil pumps that send, whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh, active yaw.
Yeah, active yaw. So, and they're pretty good from factory. It's not like, like I said, not like I'm full dedicated track car.
Yeah, fair enough, man. I have a question for you, good sir.
Oh my god,
it's
no questions.
No paparazzi, please. So my CTR's been sitting for, let's say,
I can't help you.
4 months.
Can't help you. Sorry, mate.
Oh fuck. All right. Then. Fuck you then. Nah. I haven't started in a while. Is there anything I should do if I plan to start it?
Nah.
Just
make sure the battery's charged and just fucking start her up.
All right. Cool. I don't know. Like
don't rev it when you start up, bro. Just let it idle
for a while. Yeah.
Let everything get up to temperature, and you should be right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of internet opinion on that sort of stuff. Like, you need to fucking prime the engine, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah,
all that
blah,
sort of stuff.
blah.
I'm just like, okay.
I'm rough as guts. Like, I've done like a fair few big jobs, like a lot of big jobs actually. Like, and then at work, the foreman will be like, make sure you prime the oil pump and do this and that. And they'll be sitting there for fucking 20 minutes, like, priming it up. Like, why is it not getting any oil pressure? And I'm just like, just start the fucking car, bro. It'll get oil pressure when you start it, bro. Relax. I'm a bit rough as guts when it comes to that. It's just like, just fucking start it. It'll be right. It's only been sitting for 4 months. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Cool. All right.
Your cylinders aren't going to rust away, bro. The only time that will happen is when there's water in the cylinders.
Yeah.
Which is a no bueno.
Yeah. Definitely.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll get that sorted soon. I think I'll get everything I need. Just, time and money.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Got none of both, eh?
Hey?
Time or money.
Yeah.
None of both.
Oh, mate.
Any sponsors out there want to give me money for nothing? That'd be great.
Justin's starting an OnlyFans.
Yeah, bro. Heaps of butthole pics.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No one wants to see that shit, bro.
There's probably some person out there, but yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that, bro. No, thanks. No, thank you.
So, we were saying off air that you've been through the fucking ringer at the gym at the moment. You're just sore everywhere and crap.
Sore, bro. I'm due for a deload week. Like, I just want 1 week off, I think. Every week it's been just push. And this week I've just hit a wall, and I'm just like, well, it's funny. I say I've hit a wall, but I haven't. Like, Monday came around, and I was like, bro, I'm fucking knackered. I was like, chest day, I think I did like 90 kilos, and I was like, yeah, that'll do me for flat bench.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I need a break. I just need to let my body recover. And then Tuesday came around, and I was like, squats. All right. I did 100 for 3, 110 for 2. I did 120 for 1. And then I was like, I'm going for 130.
Oh, fuck.
So I did 130 for 1, and I was like, holy fuck. So like, what happened to the deload week?
Just didn't happen.
And then yesterday was deadlifts. And I was like, oh, I'm going to chill. Started doing them, and I was like, man, these are feeling good. So I did 140 for 4, and then 150 for 2. No, I did 150 for 1, 155 for 1, 160 for 1, 165 for 1. And then I tried 170. I almost locked out, but I felt like I was going to pass out.
Yeah.
Like I was getting it up and my face was just red.
Yeah.
So I put it down and then I burst a fucking blood vessel in my eye. I don't know. Can you?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, bro. I that's what happened. I was like,
jeez.
And then ever since then, I've just been like, bro, my whole body hurts.
Yeah. It's strange because I did a deadlift PB on Tuesday. So I did 155 for one.
Yeah.
So that was good. And like, I definitely think I got more in the tank. But it's strange, like the following next couple of days, like, or whenever I hit a PB in a deadlift, I feel it in my like chest, like the stretch across.
Bro.
And I was just like, what the fuck, man?
What's going on?
Yeah, and I think it's because like you're supposed to keep it like locked in, but like your arms straight and stuff. And
yeah,
then,
you want to have your arms long.
Yeah.
But be locked in. It's weird. Yeah.
And it's just like it puts a lot of weird tension across that because you just like tense.
Yeah,
like,
when I did the 165, I was like, bro, I just felt like I just did bench press.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? But my lower back, bro, is cooked. My lower back is so cooked. Like, I just need to strengthen my lower back up.
Yeah.
So, that's why I'm just like, I just can't be fucked.
Yeah. No, I was like, when I was doing that set or that warm up, let's say, I was there with Tim and we're kind of just working on making sure like I don't bring my fucking ass up before like I actually start lifting, if that makes sense. So it's like use your legs to actually push yourself up rather than like get your butt first sort of thing. So it's all mental.
Deadlifts are one of the tricky ones. Like I think with deadlifts and squats, it's like your form just has to be, even if your form's not 100%, like as long as within the ballpark figure of being pretty good, as long as you're consistent.
Yes.
Like don't be changing your form up every fucking couple days. Like as long as your form is consistent with every single rep and every single week, you will progress and your body will get used to it. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, my lower back, like I've had lower back issues for ages. So every time I do heavy deadlifts, I get lower back pain. But then it's not like it's a sharp pain. It's just muscle soreness. It goes away with a couple of days. Like when you work your chest out, you're like, oh yeah, my chest feels good.
It's that tenderness afterwards.
Yeah, but lower back, you're like, oh, my lower back. Because you always associate lower back pain with being negative. So it's like every time you bend over, your lower back hurts. And it's like, oh, that's not good. But it's like, motherfucker, you just did a 165 kilo deadlift. Like, of course your lower back's going to be sore.
Yeah. Like,
that's muscle soreness. It'll go away in a couple of days. When you think about it, it's pretty normal. But at the same time, is it?
You never know. Yeah, it's one of those things where I used to have not chronic lower back pain, but lower back pain like randomly.
Yeah.
And it's gotten a lot better since I've started strengthening my hamstrings.
And your glutes, baby.
And glutes as well, yeah. Like
I've got an ass now.
Yes.
Whereas after my ankle surgery, I had no ass. I couldn't even feel my muscles. Now I can like, oh, I've got a little bulge there. Got a nice little booty.
I got a nice little pea pod.
Yeah. So you got to work your hamstrings and your fucking.
You sort of realize how
and your glutes.
Yeah, crucial those supporting elements are for lifting. Like having a good strong core, like,
good foundation.
Yeah, you need it, or else you're just not going to be able to fucking hold some of this weight.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Very much so.
Yeah, because for a while, I don't know. Did I tell the story about how I cooked my rib?
You sort of mentioned it happened, but I don't know if you said how.
Did I tell him the pod?
I think I listened to it today with Sam. That was a fucking good episode, man. But I don't know if you actually said how you cooked. You sort of maybe, but
I don't know. Well, I
say it again.
I think it felt like I broke a rib. So like, and that was from squatting.
Oh fuck! Okay.
Yeah, because I had that big SBD belt.
Yeah.
And I've got like a shorter torso.
Yeah.
So like the belts are really.
You can get different size, like length.
Not with SBD. SBD is like you can get 10 mil or 8 mil thickness of the belt, not the actual like how wide the belt is.
Ah, I thought that's what it measured. Fuck. Okay.
No, 10 or 8 mil is like the actual thickness of the leather, not how tall it is from bottom to the top.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had his belt on and I was doing back offs, and I think I was doing like 90 kilo back offs. I think it was like my 5th rep, and I just felt it go under my rib.
Oh, fuck.
And then it like pushed up my rib and bro, for like a month my rib was cooked. Like I was like, bro, I think I broke my rib. Like I couldn't put on any belt at all. Like because I've got this health skinny belt that I just use for like dips and stuff like that. Couldn't even put that on. So for ages I was just like squatting and deadlifting with no belt, but I wasn't like pushing as hard as I could.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro? And then my knee started playing up. So I went to the physio and he was like, yeah, you've got this fucking condition.
No, that's not good. It's always not a good sign when someone says, guess what you have? This condition. You're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, he's like, ever since Japan, you've like overused your knee. And he's like, you've just inflamed your knee because, let's face it, you're old now. You're 30. He's like, this is pretty normal about around this time for someone who's doing what you're doing. Like you're lifting heavy ass weight and you did 30,000 steps a day in Japan. And it's not just the steps, it's going upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So he's like, you have PFPS knee, which is, fuck, I don't even know. How do you say that? I'm retarded.
Patellofemoral pain syndrome.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah. That.
Yeah.
Requires medical diagnosis. Lab tests are treatable by medical professionals. Resolves within months. Medium term. Okay.
Yeah. So
it's just.
So it's like every time I go past 90, my right knee, like I have a wicked sharp pain from my knee cap, like coming into contact with my something. So yeah, pain. So I have to be real careful when I fucking squat and shit.
Yeah, fair enough, man.
Old age, bro. That's what I'm saying. Once you get past 30, fucking it's all down here, Holmes.
Like I'm actually pretty lucky.
Touch wood or something hollow in my head.
Because I'm allergic to dairy, so my calcium intake is not as high as most other people's, right?
Yeah.
And the worst I've got is I fractured a collarbone in high school, and that's really it. Like,
that's not bad. Yeah.
I've managed to avoid a lot of probably pretty horrible things that could happen in contact sports as well.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed it stays okay.
Yeah, it's just the way the cookie crumbles.
All it takes, just one.
You never know, brother.
I know. That's a scary thing.
Go for that one big squat and then all of a sudden your knee blows out.
Yep.
Nah, that shouldn't happen. Get yourself some knee sleeves.
Yeah, I probably will have to look into it actually.
Bro, I got those SBD knee sleeves. Man, it fucking... when you're not used to it, you're like, why is my calves hurting? Because it's cutting all the circulation off from your calves.
Jesus Christ.
Like, they're so tight, but it feels so good on your knees, man. You're just like... it feels like they're just cuddling your knees, you know? Keeping everything there nice and safe.
I'm surprised that you're not wearing them all the time. It's like 24/7.
They're so weird because like as you walk, they try and force your legs straight.
Yeah.
So you walk and you lift your foot off the ground and it like springs and you're like, what the fuck? Stop springing. It's just it's weird, but you get used to it. Like, they're good. They're really good actually. I don't know why I waited so long to get them with the conditions of my knees. So
I mean, you don't know what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where until you try something and you're like, oh, actually, this is really helpful, then you're more likely inclined to invest in something like that.
Because you always think, like, you always see people with sleeves and you're like, oh, they're just like full-on powerlifters. But it's not just for that. Like, you see a lot of kids even wearing wrist wraps when they're benching fuck all. And it's like, obviously, they're trying to protect their wrists. So it's a good thing. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely something to, for all those people that are out there, don't be ashamed of using stuff like that to help.
Except for gloves. You're wearing gloves, get the fuck out. All right? Take your gloves off, earn your calluses like a man.
Oof.
Or a woman. Gloves are for bitches, bro.
Mate. Yeah, I was one of those people at one point.
Yeah, you're a bitch, Holmes.
Stay hard.
Stay hard.
But yeah. Thankfully, it's a lot better now. It was really annoying at a point where, like, I just couldn't actually lift heavy because the pain of the grip would be too much, like the calluses.
Your vagina okay?
No, it was not. It had sand and shit.
Hey, look at my hand.
Fucking all right then. Jesus.
Yeah. Every time I do deadlifts, it rips off like a chunk of skin.
And someone's probably using that fucking bar right now.
Good on 'em.
They're just like, what the fuck is this red shit?
Blood.
My fucking blood, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You don't use chalk at all?
Only at like 165.
Okay.
Yeah. When I'm like, legit, I did 165 and I was like, with no chalk.
Mm.
And I got it up and I was like, oh, yep, okay, it's starting to slip now.
Mm.
So then I got chalk and I used it for the 170. Yeah.
Nice.
You only, my theory with that is like, the more you use to assist with the grip strength, the less grip strength you're going to have. Mm-hmm. So I only use it when I 100% need it.
Fair enough.
Legit, like 170, 165 when I felt it slipping, I was like, okay, chalk. Mm. But the whole belt thing, like I was the same with the belt, but then I was like, bro, I got a lower back. My lower back's cooked. I'm not the best at bracing, so why not use it? So
yeah.
But I only use a belt when I'm like 140, 150 on deadlifts. And once I get past 100 with squatting. Yep. So I don't use it for the fucking lighter weight.
Yeah.
Because you still got to learn how to brace properly.
Yeah, correct. I've seen a lot of content. Don't know how true this is. Not a PT, but a lot of people say like even when you have a belt, you're supposed to be like bracing your core against it. So you're supposed to be like pushing your core into the belt.
So like Sam's coach Callan, he's in Japan right now. He's good. He's like. He did a video explaining it, so he explains it a lot better than I ever will. He's like, if you've got a belt on, you want to breathe out, like take a big breath out, and then push against the belt, and that way you brace like 360 degrees of your stomach, and then you hold that brace, and then you take a big breath in, and then that's you braced properly. Whereas people will just big breath in and then brace, but they're not bracing their whole core. So yeah, Cullen has a proper video on it, and he explains it a lot better than I ever will because he's a smarter man and he's been doing this for a lot longer than I have. Like the guy's a fucking animal, bro.
Yes.
So yeah,
we'll have to link it in the show notes because I think I remember seeing that too. I was just like, okay, the things you don't know and then you learn is cool. Yeah,
well, that's the thing. Like we would never know these things because we were never really powerlifters, and now it's like.
Something you learn.
You just learn these things because I was like, why the fuck do I need to brace that much when I'm squatting 60, 70 kilos? Then all of a sudden you're squatting 120 and you're like...
You need your good habits. And that's where it comes into play.
Consistency. Yeah. Consistency, eh?
For sure, man.
Because I used to always squat with like really wide hand grip on the bar. And I was like, why is this hurting my shoulders? So then... Ever since I started lifting heavy, I was like, I'll try to put him close to me. And then all of a sudden, boom, shoulders felt good. Everything was like locked in. I could like pull my elbows down to get my chest up. So it's little things.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it all comes with experience. I mean, yeah. Also willingness to learn, I suppose. Because like 18, 19, I don't think I would have had the, let's say, the maturity in me to be like, oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'll ask someone. I'll just like, oh, fucking, I'll just lift shit and, it'll help.
YouTube certified, bro.
Yeah. Just watch fucking, what's his name? Ziz fucking videos and like, I want to be that kid, man.
I never watched Ziz.
Oh, mate. It was a
Athlete X.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's everyone's like starting out. Everyone watched him.
Yeah, for sure. But when are you thinking of picking up the camera next, mate? Is it in hiatus?
Yeah,
locked away in the safe, never to be opened again.
I looked at the camera, man. I really want to get it out, but now that I've started that side hustle with Sam, my Saturdays are taken up. I want to start carrying it around on me, so when I see a cool car, I can take some snaps. Like be more run and gun on the go. So I do want to start doing that. I say that every time, but I never fucking do it.
I mean, you could use it for your Saturday stuff, so you get content that you can fucking.
Yeah, but. I mean, man, we got 6 jobs on Saturday. Like, I don't want to be fucking filming on top of all that shit.
I mean, you don't have to film. You can just take stills for it if you want. But yeah, I get what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Nah, I really want to get it out again. I really want to. Life's been hectic. With just work.
Yeah.
Side hustle. Fucking recording this podcast. Kid,
Yes. Yeah.
And just, life's just busy, bro.
It can be, for sure, at times. Yeah.
Especially the gym. Gym takes up.
It does. It takes
like
a fair
2
bit of
hours.
time.
2 hours a day. It's like, Jesus.
But it's also like something I was sort of telling my therapist and a lot of people that sort of ask, like, how do you keep mentally okay? I'm just like, it all starts with a good routine. And for me, the thing that is at the center of that is lifting circles.
Yeah.
Heavier circles.
Just circles, bro. Just lift some circles.
And if I...
Even if you don't have anything wrong with you, just lift circles.
Yeah.
You'll feel better anyway.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to feel even better than you already are?
Correct. For sure, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy how, like...
Why aren't they squares? Why aren't they triangles?
Why are they triangles? Why aren't they octagons?
Yeah.
Some cases they actually are.
Yeah. I mean, fucking geez. These are the questions that we need answers to.
Yeah, 100%.
Goddamn triangles, bro. How good would that be if you were deadlifting triangles so then they wouldn't roll away? Nah.
And then you'd be like, I'm deadlifting some motherfucking rotor housings, bro. But the comparison or the difference between me going to the gym in the morning and how the rest of my day pans out versus if I don't go, fuck, it is a massive difference, man.
I feel that. I mean, I didn't go today.
Mm.
I was just like, nah, fuck shoulder day. Legit, I was just like, nah, not today, bro. Like, my head hurts from overexertion from the deadlifts. My eyes a bit how you going since I burst that blood vessel. My back's cooked, shoulders are cooked, chest is cooked. Like I said, everything's a bit cooked. So I was like, nah, I'm going to do an early recording of the podcast because I'm getting up early tomorrow. So I was like, yeah, sometimes you just need a day off though.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and then
you got to listen to your body, I think.
Mental and a physical reset. And
Yes.
You're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like some days when you like, I need to go to the gym and you don't go to the gym, you're agitated and you're twitchy. And
You can kind of tell really early on that like you're not, I wouldn't say your normal self, but you're not at peak.
Yeah. You know that Snickers ad where it's like you're not you when you're hungry, but it's like you're not you when you haven't gone to the gym.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you prolong that over and over and over again, it gets compounded, let's say.
Yeah. But I mean, like when you do like a 12-week block of just solid going hard as fuck, having a week off can be beneficial to the mind as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Not just pushing your nervous system to the limit every day.
Yeah, so I am probably going to be going to Singapore at the end of March with my parents just to kind of get like a good week of just chilling and not doing much.
Awesome, bro.
So I was like, do I try find somewhere that has a fucking gym so I can get going? I'm kind of like,
if it's just for a week, I would just go hard as fuck up to that holiday.
At that point, yeah.
And then just have that as your deload or your off week. And then just enjoy your holiday.
Yeah, because it's been a while since I've seen my grandma over there as well. So it's just like, I need an excuse to kind of just stop thinking about shit and just
chill.
Be in the moment in a lot of ways. So looking forward to it.
Singapore's so nice. I love Singapore.
Dude, it's so cool. It's been such a long time since I've been back as well. So I'm just looking forward to going to the zoo as well. Do some get the camera out. Yeah, I ordered a tripod when was it Boxing Day sales? So it was a small rig one. It finally got here. It was on back order for like fucking ages.
Right.
So I picked that up yesterday, and I'm just keen to get out and start doing some photos again.
Yeah.
Every single fucking time, bro, there is a fucking event, and then I happen to be like either in a different country or something's fucking on already. I'm just like, fuck, man. I just want to go there and photograph cars. I also probably need my own car fixed too.
There's so much shit on though. Like every weekend there's a meet or there's a fucking custom cars and coffee or there's a drift event or there's something. So
yeah, it's just a matter of me getting.
Seems like you're making excuses, bro.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah,
I
haven't been because I'm busy as fuck. But you looking pretty chill. Nah, jokes. We're all busy, bro.
We are.
We're all busy.
It's all about prioritization and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
like I'd love to get out there, but at the moment, unfortunately, priorities. It'll come later.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's that initial resistance of like when you're doing something new, like when you start the gym for the first time, like it's hard. You have to get used to going like that routine.
Yeah.
I think it's the same for most hobbies. Like that initial resistance is the hardest bit to overcome.
Yeah.
But once you're past that point, it's a lot easier to make efforts to go to events and whatever.
I guess like being on holiday, you've got your camera there, so it's just there. But like being here, it's like you said, like Georgia, for example, like I don't think he has a partner and he has his one job and he's at every event because obviously he has the incentive because that's sort of his side hustle and he gets paid. Whereas like me and you, we're not getting paid. We're just starting out. We're pretty new. So it's like we want to, but if there's something else on, unfortunately, give and take.
Yeah, for sure. And the only way to really bridge that gap from a hobby to a side hustle is if you make the conscious decision to do so and then you sacrifice something else. Yeah.
You got to put the effort in.
There's always opportunity cost of doing whatever it is.
Yeah. On another note, F1 cars have hit the track.
Have you been watching?
Testing. I haven't been watching because testing, you sit there. I watched like an hour of it last night and I've probably seen one car on the track and I was just like, oh, perfect. I can fall asleep to this. So I put the sleep timer on the TV and fell asleep. But yeah, testing is pretty boring. But the whole reveals of their cars, like where they got like a set date and they show their car off, like that to me is like, it's a load of shit because they're not even showing their car. Like they're hiding the floor edge. They're hiding all the intricate side details. Like everything's basically not really their true car. Yeah. So testing is when you actually get to see all the work that the teams have done, all the work that the engineers have done to put in for the aero package, you know, the suspension, if it's different, the reliability, you get a better, a better understanding of
where everyone sits.
Yeah, sort of where everyone sits. So you don't sort of pay attention too much to like the times, the track times. You sort of like watch the highlights and you can sort of see if cars are a bit twitchy, bit of understeer, bit of oversteer, you know, like the lock-up situation, you know, like them finding the balance.
Yep.
If they had anything break. So, yeah, it's been good just watching like highlights and, you know, the fucking... what people have to say about it. So I'm getting excited for next weekend, Bahrain.
Oh shit, it's next weekend.
Yeah, because testing's on. Yeah, it was yesterday, today, and then there's tomorrow.
Yep,
that's testing done, and then next week is Bahrain first race because they're testing in Bahrain as well.
Okay,
so it's not that they're gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't realize it was that soon.
Yeah, it's here, brother.
Good.
It's here.
It's I've been keeping an eye on some of the news stuff that's coming through. So I know that Merc has a very different front wing that is, let's just say, different from the competition.
Yeah, so the rules, like the way the rules are like speculated or written, let's say, like you've got to have certain wing elements. You don't need to have that wing element they have, but if you do have it, it has to basically start at one end and finish at one end.
Yep.
But they didn't want that. They wanted it basically halfway.
Yeah.
So the only way to get around that was to like have like a piece of string carbon fiber that goes to the very end.
Yep.
Because obviously they want more airflow through the middle to go to the underfloor or wherever the fuck. You know, I'm not an engineer. Yeah. So they've like done a workaround, which is pretty genius, like the way they've
done that a couple of years, like the DAS system.
Yeah, like pulling the steering wheel forward and back. Yeah, I mean, that should never have been allowed in the first place, bro. You were changing the geometry of the fucking suspension, which is clearly in the rules saying you're not allowed to do it. But they got away with it somehow. They got some smart lawyers. So yeah, like everyone, I mean, some teams might be kicking up a stink about that front wing, but that's just them just
F1
testing the feelers out, bro, really.
Yeah,
you know, like...
I know that Red Bull are moving to a zero pod, side pod concept or something.
I don't believe the rumors, bro.
Yeah.
Like they're all that's all hearsay, she say bullshit. Like there's no way, man.
Can you imagine that though?
Nah.
Fucking hell, man. That would be
I don't think so. I think Adrian Newey's just working his magic and they could have brought last year's car with a few upgrades and still dominated.
They haven't done that though.
They haven't done that.
They've actually
they've re-engineered their whole car and just been like, we're going to dominate you even more with a totally different concept.
Yeah.
While everyone else is trying to follow
their last
the
year's
Red
car.
Bull.
It's interesting, hey?
Yeah. Like, I don't think they're going to a side concept at all, like a zero side pod concept. Like, there was photos taken of everything basically under the covers. So, like, they had the actual side covers off, and you could see all the radiators and everything and the side ducting. For them to go to a zero side pod, fuck me, the amount of ingenuity they'd need to do.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
There's so much shit that's already crammed in there. Like, they could shave a lot off the side pods, but they also use that for an aerodynamic
guides and stuff,
advantage. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's just rumor. If I'm fucking wrong, then yeah, I'll admit, holy shit, I didn't see it coming. But I just don't think they're going to a zero side pod.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they did and they dominated, it'd be a big fuck you to Mercedes, you dumb dogs.
It would be. Yeah. Like, it's one way to fucking kick them while they're down.
Pretty much.
Man.
But, yeah, big news. Lewis going to going to Ferrari. Next end of 2025, or for 2025. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. I wonder how the dynamics at Merc are going to be this season, because...
Yeah. Same with Carlos Sainz. Like,
yeah, that too.
Well, I mean, they all say the same thing. It's a long season. We're just going to put our head down and do the best we can. Because at the end of the day, like, if they start acting like cockheads,
it doesn't look good for them.
Or rebelling, like, then it doesn't look good on their image. Because at the end of the day, they want to stay in Formula One. Yes. So they want another seat, so they will be as professional as they can be.
Yeah, agreed.
What are your predictions? Go on, tell me.
In terms of what, like who's going to take out
stuff? Who's going to be top dog to... Yeah.
We'll see after the first race.
You still want to wait?
I think so. Like, I know Red Bull are going to be quick. Like, I can just tell straight away from looking at it's RB20 now, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like, they haven't fucked that up. It's just...
like, well, day one, they got, 144, 45 laps in? Which is like two race lap distances. So
yeah,
and the fastest lap. But I mean, like I said, fastest lap doesn't really mean
max,
anything.
bro. Like just discount those things
pretty much.
But let's see. I think because like it's always the start of the season has all this like hype around. You know, it's going to be a close battle, and then generally most of the time those first couple of races they seem a lot closer than what actually transpires at the very end of the season.
100%. Because everyone's, like trying to figure it out.
Correct.
And then after a couple of races, everyone's like, all right, we're settling in. We've sort of we've figured out our setup.
Yeah.
We know how to optimize it as best as we can. And then that's it. You can sort of see who's shit and who's
you sort of
sussed.
Pick out your development path, I think, of those early races. You're like, cool, is our concept going to work? Yes, no. And then just like you stick to your guns or you re-engineer effectively.
Like, the whole cost cap thing has been good, like a blessing and a curse. Like, you see the big wigs, like, they've got the knowledge, they've got the know-how, so their cars are going to be good. But you see the small teams, they can't really afford it, so there's a budget cap for them. But then it's like, if a team is doing really shit, it sucks because they sort of just stay there.
Yeah, it's hard to.
They don't really progress as quickly as you want them to take the fight to Red Bull. You know, so like even though Mercedes, I don't like Mercedes, but if there was no budget cap, like Toto said, they would have just thrown a whole new fucking monocoque at it, redesigned it. They would have. Money's no object, so they would have just done it, and they would have been fighting for P1s again.
Yep.
But over the whole season, they're not really fighting at Red Bull. So it's like basically just Red Bull number one, and then Mercedes were number two at the end. But most of the time, it was just them and Ferrari, and they were miles behind.
Yeah, the McLaren.
So because of the cost cap, they're not really the smaller teams. Well, not the small teams. The teams that aren't Red Bull, let's be honest, were struggling to catch them because they can't just throw fucking money at problems now.
Yeah.
So, like, it's a blessing because it gives the little teams a chance, but at the same time, it also has really slowed down the progression war, the development war, which is what F1 was all about.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the only time it kind of reaches parity again is when regulation changes come through.
Yeah.
But even
2026,
then, exactly.
Like a new regulation change, that's when everyone...
If you've got a team that's been dominating...
Blank check.
Yeah.
Like a blank page,
For sure.
Yeah.
But if you've got teams that have been dominating, like Red Bull, for example...
Or Mercedes.
Or Mercedes too as well. Yeah, 100%. They've got more room to start working towards cars that fit the regulations sooner than your teams that don't as well.
Yes and no. So with the 2026 cars, none of the teams are allowed to start working on the new regs until a certain date.
How the fuck are they going to police that, man?
I have no idea, bro. I don't know if they're going to...
So this is the first thing that I think of.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know how, but I think I sort of do. Like, I think the FIA will have all the rules and regulations, and then at a certain date, then they go, here it is. Now you can study it. You know?
Yeah, okay.
But at the same time, they still have to agree to all rules and regulations before they get it. So I guess there'd be some that they'd know, but they won't know. So I don't know how, but that's what they're saying.
Okay.
All right. But, like, for example, last year, Red Bull basically upgraded their car once and they dominated the whole season. So they've had probably their whole last year's budget cap to develop this year's car. And then they've got this year's budget cap to do the same thing with next year. Or if their car's not as good as they thought, develop this year's car. So
yeah, it's better to have more options than not, right?
I guess, I mean, the only way to win is just to beat Adrian Newey.
I like how that's the conclusion we've drawn.
Just beat Adrian Newey and just design the best car you can possible.
I'm pretty sure there was an engineer at McLaren that was supposed to be the next Adrian Newey.
Yeah, right. Well, they developed their car really quick. They went from fucking the bottom of the barrel to fighting for podiums, bro. They were on the podium most races after half the year.
That was a good story for last season, for sure. Yeah.
And if they can pick up where they've left off, on that incline.
Yeah, it looks a lot better for them. Like it will kind of be a three-way battle between them, Ferrari and Merc.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. Alpine's just dropped off, bro. They used to be in that mix.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened there.
Well, I think they got like an older wind tunnel and shit like that. Like, for a long time when it was Renault, they weren't reinvesting into the business, so they were just like scooting by. But now I think it's like bitten them in the ass, and that's why they've gone from Renault to Alpine, and they want to reinvest in the business because everyone is just spending stupid amounts of money on like new facilities, new engine building complexes, and new wind tunnels, and like I think Renault and Alpine, they weren't really doing that. Now all of a sudden it's like
you're playing catch up in a lot of ways.
Because like AlphaTauri or Visa RB. Yeah, Visa RB. Like I think McLaren were kicking up a massive stink. That Red Bull basically owned two teams, and now that they're working more
closely
together. So I just want Danny Rick, Oscar Piastri be up there, Yeah. See the Aussie boys. I've got a bigger liking for Oscar. He's really held his own against Lando Norris last year.
Yeah.
Because I remember saying like at the start of the season, I was like sucked in, you're going to McLaren, like the Aussie boy that's kicked Danny Rick out. But now it's like we've got two Aussies that can hold their own. Danny Rick's a bit older, but who knows if this baby RB, I'm just going to call it baby RB because it's basically...
That's what it is.
It's an RB19 in,
in different colours.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I don't know how I feel about the livery.
I don't mind.
I think the white like ruins it a bit for me. Like the silver, the blue, like looks cool, and then the white's just like, oh,
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Yeah. What do you think about the steak?
That looks horrible, man.
You reckon?
I don't like it.
I hell like the fluoro green. I reckon it stands out, looks sick. Like you're like, that's when you see it, you're like, boom, I know that car.
That's last again.
But you know what I mean? Like all the cars. I'm not saying they all look the same, but they all use like dull colors.
Yeah, so
Like they all use matte colors. So like when they're all coming down and the light's not hitting them right, you sort of can't really tell what the fuck's going on and who's who until you sort of like, oh yeah, I see
It's a
that.
product of the times, bro. Like I think it's
nothing has saturation in it.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like a fucking vivid color, and you're like, that's cool as shit. I like that.
Maybe I'll change my mind when I see it in an actual race and stuff. But I think from the shots that I've seen of testing, I was just like, it doesn't really do it for me.
Yeah. When you actually see it like driving around, I was like, oh, that's cool. Like you can actually tell what fucking car it is.
Mm.
Yeah.
That used to be a thing.
Yeah.
Like it was just easy to identify what cars are what or which team is which. Nowadays it's just like, gotta wait a bit.
Yeah.
Bro, the 90s.
Because everything's carbon fiber. Yeah, because they've got such a, like, because of the minimum weight, like they struggle so much to get it down to that weight because they've got to add all this bullshit onto their cars now.
Mm.
They're finding ways to lighten their cars by not painting them.
Bro, that's such a simple thing to fix from the fucking FIA, man. Just be like, you need a minimum weight of paint on your car.
Yeah, 100%. Or like instead of minimum weight of paint, but like a certain amount of
body
surface
percentage.
area has to be paint.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you want to save weight in the rear end, then do the back half of your car or like 20% of the back, you know, like with no paint.
Mm.
But I don't know.
I bet you
that's a simple way of doing it because every car you see is just like, oh, they're
exposed carbon.
Exposed carbon, exposed carbon, exposed carbon.
I mean, to be honest, most race cars are that underneath, just exposed carbon and whatnot, but then people add cool liveries on top. Whereas this is like, no, we can't even afford to add a fucking wrap on the car because
can't even
too
afford
much
to put
weight.
a cool fucking livery on the car.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point in having a race car. It's like having a sick ass fucking livery that you don't see driving around. Yeah, you don't really see carbon fiber driving around either. But everyone, you think of race car, you think of like sick colors, flames, fucking stickers everywhere, sponsors, you know, cool, like a cool ass fucking livery.
Yeah, for sure. There's just iconic ones that are pretty, let's say, standoutish from F1, like the McLaren MP4 with Ayrton Senna and those sorts of things, that red and white livery that a lot of people know that.
Even like anything back when smoke companies could actually
Marlboro
advertise. They were like the cool liveries, you know.
Mm. And people still do that to their own cars these days as well to replicate that. So
because it was fucking a sick era of like how cars looked.
And now no one's like, who the fuck's going to do that with these modern day F1 cars, bro?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, man, it doesn't translate.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It's like, I like what the drivers are doing with helmets.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's cool.
I think it's sick. Like you should be able to change your helmet design, but then at the same time, like commentators like finding it hard to keep up with people's helmets and blah blah blah, and the whole like, oh, you're allowed like maybe 1 or 2 special liveries a year, so like car liveries. I'm like, man, how sick would it be if every weekend, like as long as it's sort of stuck within the, like let's say Red Bull theme, so you know you've got the Red Bull logo at the top, and then it'd be sick if like every week it had like a specific theme to where they were.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like the Miami GP, they had like all these cool liveries, cool helmets. Like it'd be sick if they did that. It was like a festival sort of theme,
a celebration of where they are.
A celebration of where they are. Like it'd be sick if they did that every time.
Yeah,
like come to Australia and fucking kangaroos on someone's car. You know,
it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It'd be sick.
It would just make it stand out a bit more. Than,
but then I mean, like. Obviously, to a limit, because people need to see what cars what. But yeah, I don't know, just fucking entertainment sport, you know. Bring the entertainment up.
Yeah, you want to.
I want to see more crashes.
I just remember 2 standout things that in past seasons have been really cool is one, I think when Red Bull did that white livery for the Japanese GP.
Bro, that was, they're sick, yeah.
That was super cool.
That was cool.
It was like a homage to Honda and
stuff. They also did one for the American GP as well, like the American flag and stuff like that. Like that was cool. Yeah, it was sick.
And then last year, I think it was Lewis's helmet for Japan as well, where he collabed with that dude and it had like a fucking light bar in it.
Yeah, that was last year.
Sick,
yeah, because he was at fucking the
place you went.
That place I went like legit the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see things like that. You miss Japan.
I miss Japan. I'm wearing my Suzuka hat too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool to be able to see that creativity come through, and it shouldn't be locked away.
No, 100%. Like I know like a few of the drivers, like especially Lando, like a fan will submit something to him and he'll be like, oh yeah, that's cool. And he'll do his helmet design based on that submission. Like that's cool, man.
It's giving back.
Yeah, it's giving back, and obviously gets in touch with the community, because without people like me and you following the sport,
there won't be a sport really, or the entertainment value that it has and the money that comes in.
Yeah,
really.
100%. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said before, I'll probably watch every race and then halfway through the season get fucking over it, because it'll be the same shit. It's always the start. It's always the anticipation, the build up. Like, fuck yeah, F1's coming back. And then it comes back and you're like, oh, fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No, I wonder, it would be interesting to see how many people are like that, demographic-wise.
Yeah, like fall off.
Yeah, over like the season length. And like, if they're going to keep adding races and stuff.
I think they wanted like 30 races next season.
What the fuck, man?
Man.
Enough's enough, bro.
What was it? 24, 20 something?
24, I think, or 23.
24. Bro, that was enough, man. 20 limit. Even for the driver's sake, bro. Like, they're traveling across the world, bro. They're going from like one time zone to another.
Yeah.
It's like if they want 3 races in America, why don't they just do them all
in the same sort of...
Yeah, like 1 week Miami, next week fucking Texas, and then the other one fucking VP, Las Vegas GP. You know, like, so they're not going crazy time zone differences. Even the drivers are like, bro, you got me going from America to fucking Europe, back to America. Like,
yeah, it doesn't
make 12 hours time
sense.
difference there, bro.
I know, it's just like...
Fucking greener future, you reckon?
I know, that's the thing as well. Like, surely it would make more sense from a carbon footprint perspective to stay within the fucking region that you're in.
Yeah.
Make the use of that first.
Yeah.
Instead of, going back and forth constantly. But hey, who knows?
We don't get paid enough money to make them decisions, brother.
It's called, what's it called? Virtue signaling, where it's, you say you're going to do all these things, but then actual reality is just like, we're doing
do as we say, not as we do, you know?
Yeah.
That whole thing. When your boss is telling you to do something, you're like, motherfucker.
But you have to do it as well.
Yeah,
in a way. Yeah. It's it's unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to having it back on the TV though. Something to look forward to.
Something to watch, I guess. Something to watch. Something to do.
Yes. Yeah, very much so, man.
Yeah.
Hanging in there otherwise.
Living the dream. Not my dream. Someone's dream. I'm living it.
Oh, damn. How's Tommy and Shauna been?
Yeah, Tommy's great, man. He's grown up quick, man. He just walks around now.
Oh, he's actually walking now.
Yeah, bro.
Sick.
It's scary. Like, our anniversary, we were out getting dinner, Shauna and I and Tommy. And just the highlight of it was just he legit just started walking that day. Like, he could always walk, like maybe take a step here or there, or like walk around the couch or walk holding our hand. But then, it was just like him. We were like 5 meters or a couple meters apart, and he just walked back to and from. And we're just like, that's the highlight of our anniversary. It was sick.
Nice.
Now he's just like, legit just walks around everywhere. It's fucking cool as shit. But yeah.
Nice.
That's Tommy. Sean's good. Yeah.
Same old
shit, brother.
Yeah, fair enough, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fucking tired.
Yeah, dude. Oh, good. We'll call the pod there.
Fucking good chat.
Yeah, for sure, man. We've got someone lined up for next week, but potentially, we'll some people.
I think I got to pull my finger out on that one.
Yes, that one is I think it's 6:00 again.
Have you organised it?
Yeah, I do. I've got it in the calendar. I'm pretty sure I told you, but all good. It's all good, bro.
I was like, this whole time I was like, shit, I got someone that I need to hit up. But I don't have to anymore. It's all good.
No, you're fine. You just rock up.
I'll just rock up. Daddy.
Nice.
Yeah, sweet. All right, well, we'll catch you next week then.
For sure. Take care. Stay safe, and we'll catch you next week.
See ya.